Welcome to the Daily Bible for Kids podcast. The day is April the 12th. My name's Hunter, and we are reading through the Bible. That's something we do every day. Kids from all around the world gather here to listen to these amazing stories from the Bible. And today, we're in the book of 2 Samuel. David cried out for God's forgiveness. What do you think happened? Let's read about it now from 2 Samuel 24. The king said to Joab and the commanders of the army, "Take a census of all the tribes of Israel, from Dan in the north to Beersheba in the south, so I may know how many people there are." But Joab replied to the king, "May the Lord your God let you live to see 100 times as many people as there are now. But why, my lord the king, do you want to do this?" But the king insisted that they take the census. So Joab and the commanders of the army went out to count the people of Israel. But after they had taken the census, David's conscience began to bother him. He said to the Lord, "I have sinned greatly by taking this census. Please forgive my guilt, Lord, for doing this foolish thing." The next morning the word of the Lord came to the prophet Gad, who was David's seer. This was the message. "Go and say to David, this is what the Lord says. I will give you 3 choices. Choose one of these punishments I will inflict on you." So Gad came to David and asked him, "Will you choose 3 years of famine throughout your land, 3 months of fleeing from your enemies, or 3 days of severe plague throughout your land? Think this over and decide what answer I should give the Lord who sent me." "I am in a desperate situation," David replied to Gad. "But let us fall into the hands of the Lord, for his mercy is great. Do not let me fall into human hands." So the Lord sent a plague upon Israel that morning, and it lasted 3 days. A total of 70,000 people died throughout the nation, from Dan in the north to Beersheba in the south. But as the angel was preparing to destroy Jerusalem, the Lord relented and said to the death angel, "Stop, that is enough." At that moment the angel of the Lord was by the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite. When David saw the angel, he said to the Lord, "I am the one who has sinned and done wrong. But these people are as innocent as sheep. What have they done? Let your anger fall against me and my family." That day Gad came to David and said, "Go up and build an altar to the Lord on the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite." So David went to do what the Lord had commanded him. When Araunah saw the king and his men coming toward him, he came and bowed before the king with his face to the ground. "Why have you come, my lord the king?" Araunah asked. David replied, "I have come to buy your threshing floor and build an altar to the Lord here, so that he will stop the plague." "Take it, my lord the king, and use it as you wish," Araunah said to David. "Here are oxen for the burnt offering, and you can use the threshing floor and ox yokes for wood to build the fire on the altar. I will give it all to you, your majesty, and may the Lord your God accept your sacrifice." But the king replied to Araunah, "No, I insist on buying it, for I will not present burnt offerings to the Lord my God that have cost me nothing." So David paid him 50 pieces of silver for the threshing floor and the oxen. David built an altar there to the Lord and sacrificed burnt offerings and peace offerings. And the Lord answered his prayer for the land, and the plague of Israel was stopped. Wow, what a story. In this story, we're not told why taking a census was such a grievous sin. And perhaps that's a mystery that we'll never know. It's okay when we read the Bible to not have all the answers. Oftentimes, the Bible's asking us to ask good questions. We do know this from this passage, that David was in relationship with God. And we see in the course of David's life that he discovered that God is merciful, that God is loving, that God is forgiving. And over the course of our life, that'll be important for us to discover too. As we ask questions and as we pursue Him, God will reveal His heart to us. And His heart is good. And that is good news. Well, hey, we've done it. We've done it again. We've spent another day in the Bible. And I plan on being back here again tomorrow to do the same thing, Lord willing. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, I plan on being here. Until that time, let's go forward in God's joy. Let's let His joy be our strength. And let us always remember this, that you are loved. No doubt about it. Alrighty, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. You guys take care. Bye-bye.